Hey guys, I want to cover a topic that I've seen some people have difference of opinion and even debate on, and that is whether you should go for the uh, the pharmaceutical grade HGH or just stick to a generic Chinese HGH, which usually comes in like black top label or black tops or blue tops or red tops. And I've experienced both. I started taking HGH a year and a half ago, and I went through an anti-aging clinic here in Canada where it's legal, and I was paying up the ass like fucking thousands of dollars for it. So, but it was Omnitrope by Sandoz, which is one of the major manufacturers of growth hormone in the world. So it's top-notch pharmaceutical grade HGH, which is the most desired. And I was taking 3 or 4 IUs a day and was noticing all of the side effects that are attributed to HGH, such as good and bad side effects like increased sleep, quality of sleep, and some of the negative ones, which is the whole carpal tunnel in the hands and fingers. And I was just off taking 4 IUs a day, 2 in the morning and 2 at night. Over the course of taking that, I only took it for 3 months, which is kind of on the shorter time you want to run it. You probably want to run it up to more than that, much more than that, like 6 months at least, if not indefinitely. But it depends on what your goals are. Like some people take just 2 or 3 or 4 IUs a day, which is for just like the hormone replacement therapy side of things when you're getting older, and just make sure everything is growing, it's promoting growth in the body, which it did for me. I definitely grew, got a little stronger while I was taking it. Nothing substantial, not as much as this current cycle that I'm on of taking testosterone things, not even close, but nonetheless it was still there. And yeah, but people take it for just hormone replacement therapy or more of a sports related thing, like injury, healing old injuries, and even preventative measures on that. And then the super physiological, I call it the bodybuilding dose, which is, I'm going to just say it's above 6 IUs a day. 6 IUs and above, okay? Could be even less than that, but that's generally like the super physiological bodybuilding dose would be above that. Now, if you're going on that high of a dose, obviously the pharmaceutical HGH is gonna be very expensive. Like they come in vials of anywhere from 10 to 17. I've seen the pharmaceutical grade I had was 17.5, I believe, and the current generic stuff is only 12 IUs. So and it's a pack of 10 of them of my generic is like $230. The packs of 10 of the pharmaceutical grade stuff was, let me think, $1,750. So quite the difference in price, right? If you're running, and then if you go through a pack of 10 of these in just a matter of a few weeks, like you're spending $1,750 every few weeks. Like in a year, that would be like almost $20,000. Like fuck, imagine if you're running like a substantial amount. So generic is what a lot of people opt for, and that's what I'm doing now. And I find that, this is just my own experience, is that you have to run a little bit more of the generic stuff than you do the pharmaceutical grade to get the same effect, but you can afford to run more because it's not just much more affordable. And it's not like you have to run much more. I think it's only for every 4 IUs of generic or pharmaceutical grade, you can run 6 IUs of the generic, and it kind of balances out. That's just my anecdotal thing. I'm throwing it out there, but I believe it's true. And why, I don't know. It might be just the process that is made. It might be that the generic has impurities in it, or the generic has gone through different temperature conditions that made it the molecule break down or in some way. I don't know. I can only speculate. But what I do know is the generic stuff is still HGH. And I know I did research on the technology that it's made even in China. And essentially what they have now are computers that are hooked up to machines, like in labs, where they can assemble, like they can first program on the computer which like molecules they want to like manufacture, and then it goes through a machine and it spits these molecules, and you put them in vials, right? Just a simplistic explanation, but literally we're at that level of technology now, like of sequencing molecules. So it's very easy for these Chinese companies to do it. So I don't see any reason why it's not good. And essentially all HGH is a protein sequence called a peptide. Peptide is just a protein sequence of amino acids that are 191 amino acids in a certain chain, in a certain order, sequence. So that might sound complicated, but I think in these biochemists and whoever are making it, the technology is there to do it very easily, as well as they can spit out literally any other peptide or hormone for that matter. So that's why a lot of these companies, such as Qingdao Sigma Chemical Company in China, are producing a lot of these steroids, and they're being shipped in peptides. Other pharmaceuticals, and they're coming into places like United States, Canada, and Europe. So my recommendation is to go with the generic stuff, although if you do have a good source and you're paying good money for the pharma grade stuff, that's great too. Or maybe you want to do a little bit of combination of both. Buy like 10 vials of the pharma grade, and then for every 1 vial of pharma grade you do 3 vials of the generic, and you kind of mix it together. You can reconstitute it together. Maybe that's an idea. So I haven't done that, but I don't see why you can't do that. So you're getting best of both worlds. But just running generic stuff, I'm running 6 IUs a day for the last 2-3 months now, and the positive effects of the HGH, all the traditional side effects and everything are there, so I know it's real. That's how you literally know that it's real or not. You can also take blood sugar levels after taking it, like with a diabetic test, to make sure that it's real too. But you can kind of have a good, like if you take it while you eat, like a lot of carbs, for example, you can feel all the telltale signs of your blood sugar levels raising as well. So that's pretty much all I want to say about that. But the benefits of HGH, I would say that should be, after testosterone, that should be your primary focus stack. Like if you can, instead of putting your money towards other things, my recommendation is, okay, first get your testosterone if you're doing TRT or proper steroid cycle. And before you get anything, before you get your Anavar, before you get nandrolones or anything else, I would say run that HGH. Make sure you have that and run that continuously, because if you do, you'll see that's where you'll see the best, I think, a lot of great benefits. And then after that, maybe run your secondary compound on the testosterone, the second steroid compound, that is. That's the order I would recommend, just because of like HGH is just a miracle fucking drug, man. I'm telling you, it's something I'm probably gonna run the rest of my life. I'm debating if I'll run it at the same amount continuously. I might kind of cycle it like in a blast cruise cycle every 6 months, maybe 6 months running it more than 6 IUs a day, and then 6 months running it less. I don't know. Or I'll just run it continuously 4 to 6. Maybe I'll just bring it down to 4 just to be safe. And because I believe even just 4, you'll have great physiological effects from it. 6, 100%. Especially, here's the last thing I'll mention. When you're running the testosterone, it works synergistically with it, because testosterone it converts to estrogen, and that's a good thing. And estrogen is what helps HGH convert to IGF factor 1 and helps with I believe the uptake of the IGF factor 1 within the intracellular levels, like in your tissues where you want it to be, for the IGF 1 for it to do its thing, which is essentially genetic reprogramming of the cells to proliferate, to causing cells that don't normally proliferate, which is multiply and divide, to grow new cells. Pretty fucking amazing thing. That's some next level science right there. I believe that we're on the cusp of these types of technologies going to take us to be potentially living a lot longer, or a lot better quality of life, that is. At least I think both, because one goes with the other. We could be 80 years old doing 300 kilogram deadlifts and squats still, if our bodies are in great shape, and our bones and our muscles and our tissues are all top notch. So I'll leave it there, guys. What are your thinks? What are your experiences with HGH? Have you tried pharma grade? Have you tried generic grade? What's your experiences? And let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.